product really.
Portions of TV23's internet provided by SWKO Wireless Internet. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette. This is High Plains Today.
Hi everybody, welcome to High Plains Today on TV23. Today is Tuesday, August 18th, 2015. On today's show, I'll be joined by Jessica Rabe. She is from the Boot Hill Casino and Resort. We're going to be talking about the 60th anniversary of Gunsmoke. Now let's take a quick look at news. Surrey County is looking at ways to reduce high energy costs in some county buildings. Commissioners are expected to hear from officials from 360 Energy Engineers to begin the process of providing the county with energy-efficient solutions. The company is Kansas-based with a main office in Lawrence and an additional office in Denver, and provides turnkey solutions to public entities in their energy efficiency and capital improvement projects. 6 years after Horse Thief Reservoir opened, spring rains pushed the lake level up to the highest it has ever been. Now, the rains have been a bonus for the recreational site located 9 miles west of Jetmore. Plus, the influx of visitors has been a bonus for local businesses. People are buying everything from groceries to worms to camping supplies. And 4 years after his death, Joshua Skipton's family and friends continue to celebrate his life, as well as reward area high school students in his memory. Now, Skipton, who is known by his friends and family as Chachi, was killed in a motorcycle accident in Lawrence. Each year since his death, his family has held Chachi's Day events in Deerfield to celebrate Skipton's life and to raise money to go toward scholarships for area high school students. The first Chachi's Day was in 2012. The high schools in Deerfield, Garden City, Holcomb, and Lakin each will be awarded 2 scholarships with the funds generated by Saturday's events. And a coalition of agricultural groups is airing television ads in Kansas as part of an effort to bolster support for contentious legislation barring states from enacting mandatory genetically modified organisms or GMOs labeling laws. Now, the Coalition for Safe, Affordable Food began running ads late last week during cable and local news programs as a part of a 2-week campaign to show support for H.R. 1599, that bill sponsored by U.S. Representative Mike Pompeo of Wichita. Now, formally titled the Safe and Accurate Food Labeling Act of 2015, the bill would prevent states like Vermont from requiring genetically modified foods be labeled as such, and would order the Food and Drug Administration to allow but not require GMO labels. And Attorney General Derek Schmidt stands knee-deep in litigation about Kansas financing of public education while preparing for oral arguments before the U.S. Supreme Court on the state's approach to the death penalty. These high-stakes legal questions suck up a lot of oxygen, but don't come close to chronicling the reach of an office led by the second-term Republican. Now, in addition to thousands of lesser-known civil and criminal cases touched by his staff each year, Schmidt has aggressively filed lawsuits aimed at pushing back against what he perceives as overreaching by the federal government. Now, the administration of President Obama often is a target of these actions. And 3 members of the Kansas congressional delegation renewed opposition last Friday to transfer of alleged terrorists from the Guantanamo Bay military camp in Cuba to the federal prison at Fort Leavenworth. U.S. Senator Pat Roberts and other Republican members of the state's congressional delegation have challenged for more than 5 years attempts by the administration of President Obama to move detainees to a mainland prison. A report referencing Pentagon and Capitol Hill sources indicated the U.S. Department of Defense notified federal lawmakers that survey teams would visit Fort Leavenworth and the Naval Brig in Charleston, South Carolina, to determine suitability of transferring a limited number of detainees out of Cuba. And finally, the National Labor Relations Board on Monday blocked a historic bid by Northwestern University football players to form the nation's first college athletes union, dealing a blow to a labor movement that could have transformed amateur sports. In a unanimous decision, the board said the prospect of union and non-union teams in college could lead to different standards at different schools, from which money for players receive, how much time they practice, and create competitive imbalances on the field. And that's a look at just some of the things that are happening in the news. Stick around. We'll be right back with a look at weather after this.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV 23 with host Chris Jewell. TV 23's internet service and 4G live streaming provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
Are you tired of worrying about going over your cell phone data cap? Tired of surprise bills and text messages asking for more money? Stop the insanity. Switch to unlimited nationwide data from United Wireless. Switching is easy. Come in today and see for yourself. For a limited time, get free activation, up to $200 per line bill credit, and save on the latest smartphones. See how much you can save with unlimited nationwide data from United Wireless. See store for details.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters. Always here for you. Wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
And welcome back. As we look to the northeast on the TV 23 tower cam, you can see it's kind of cloudy outside. We had a bunch of rain last night. We'll talk about that here in a second. Looking at the currents here at the station, temperature 69 degrees. Yes, it is muggy out there, 90% humidity. Wind is out of the north at 9, and the barometric pressure is steady. Taking a look at the temps around the area, you can see Lamar, the cold front has already moved in over there. 64 degrees in Lamar right now. Pretty much everybody else in the mid-70s, with Medicine Lodge, Hayes, and Pratt being a little warmer than everybody, as that front still has not moved across that far yet. Looking at our current dew points now, with our temperature being so low and the dew points being so high, that's why we have a lot of humidity out there. You can see it kind of drying up out to the west in Lamar and Elkhart, everybody else in the mid-60s. And then our current winds, the winds have gone around to the north, except over once you get on the other side of that front where they're still out of the west and southwest, everybody else out of the north-northwest. Looking at yesterday's recorded highs and lows at the regional airport in Garden City. 83 was the high yesterday, 108 back in 1978. The low last night, 64, 53 degrees for the record back in 2012. We were talking about that. I don't remember it being that cold in 2012, but what do I know? Anyway, we're looking at 95.95 inches of rain in the bucket in Garden City. They're up almost to 2 inches for the month. Today we're going to call for 83 for the high. I doubt very much whether it's going to get there or not. Winds have already shifted around to the north at 15. Tonight there is, after midnight, a 30% chance of rain. 54 for the low tonight, and the winds will still be out of the north-northeast. Tomorrow there is a 20% chance of rain, but that happens in the morning, so that'll be out of here. 74 degrees tomorrow, going to be very pleasant. Winds will be out of the north at 10. Then as you can see, the rain chance is out of here, mostly clear. 55 for the low tomorrow night. Winds are going to shift around after midnight to out of the south. Looking at our 7-day, you can see we had that 30% and 20% chance of rain. Coming in on Thursday and Friday, the sun comes back out. Temperature's going to creep back up into the lower 90s. By the weekend, there is a 30% chance of rain on Saturday. Lows are going to be, except for tonight and tomorrow night, back into the 60s. That's a look at weather. Markets are next.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
And welcome back. I am now joined by Jessica Rabe. You can call her Jessie. She is the director of marketing at the Boot Hill Casino and Resort. Did I get that right?
Got it all right.
And she brought me the coolest thing today. This is so cool. It's a basket of stuff. It's got playing cards in it. Some of them have even been used in the casino. I got a little Buck Taylor bobblehead thing. This is the coolest. And of course a little stuffed El Capitan. So that's so cool.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate
You bet.
it.
You got a big deal coming up.
We do. We're very busy in Dodge City, and it's a fun job to let everybody know about it. So we're all gearing up for Wild West Fest that's happening at the end of September 25th, 26th, and 27th.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things going into it.
There's a ton of things going into this.
Yes.
You have, not only, the big thing is, the exciting part is, and especially if you're my age and you grew up watching Gunsmoke or know anything about Gunsmoke, you have the 60th anniversary. You got a bunch of people coming for that.
Yep, 60 years is a big deal. So we're excited because we're bringing back several of the remaining cast members along with several of the guest stars. So Dodge City will be full of celebrities that weekend. We've got Buck Taylor, of course, who's our spokesperson, and he is just a phenomenal guy.
He comes to Dodge City a lot, doesn't he?
We bring him back a lot because we really like having him there.
Yeah,
it's a very selfish move. We like having him there.
Well, there's nothing
but
wrong
he
with
loves
that.
being there too, and he's great. So we'll have him there. We announced last week that we're going to have Burt Reynolds there. So Burt was on the show from 62 to 65, and he played Quint Asper. So he's never been to Dodge City. It's a big deal to get him to come visit us out here.
That is. And you were telling me, and I said, well, Buck Taylor, oldest living guy that's been on Gunsmoke, and you went, nope, Burt, older, right?
Burt is a little bit older.
She corrected me like that.
I've been brushing up on my Gunsmoke trivia, so that helps.
Yes, okay, but I enlightened you as to Festus's mule's name.
Yes, you did.
Ruth was the mule's name. Go ahead and use that if you need to. Okay, so how did you get, now this 60th anniversary thing coming up, how did you guys get the idea for that?
Actually, it was with Buck and his wife, Goldie. We were meeting with them, and Goldie was talking about, or we were asking Buck about his favorite episode of Gunsmoke, and he mentioned the episode Patricia. And in the episode, Newly got married. He was one of the only characters to get married on Gunsmoke, and his wife was played by Jill Abbott. Jess Walton, who's Jill Abbott on the Young and the Restless. I knew I'd get it wrong. But it was Goldie who said, wouldn't it be fun to have his Gunsmoke wife meet his real wife? And from there, we just kept brainstorming and figured out a great time of year to bring all these people out and have a little bit of a reunion. So I think they're looking forward to seeing each other as much as we're looking forward to having them.
Okay, so all of this is going to take place down at the Roundup grounds, right?
Yep. Roundup Rodeo. The weekend was kind of picked because we worked with the folks from Roundup and brought the Kansas Pro Rodeo Finals to Dodge City. So we'll have a bunch of cowboys in Dodge City. They'll be at the top of their game there. It'll be a good time to come to Dodge City because we've got the rodeo at Roundup. We've got a beer fest, a Taste of the Wild West. We've got Jared Daniels' band playing that evening. On top of that, we've got all the Gunsmoke anniversary stuff. So
if anybody shows up in Dodge City that last weekend of September and says, "What do you want to do?"
Just come down.
Just go to the Roundup grounds, and you're going to go, "Holy Mechanini, there's all kinds of stuff to do."
Yes, there will not be a dull moment. We can promise it.
So how is the anniversary reunion? How is that going to work?
We've got a few different activities. So we've got some meet and greet opportunities, and then some panels. So Q&A panels where people will be able to submit their questions. So be thinking about your favorite Gunsmoke activities and what questions you have for the staff, because you'll be able to, the celebrities coming in, because you'll have an opportunity to submit those questions and then ask them to the panel of celebrities that we have there.
Ooh, that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so besides Buck coming and Burt Reynolds coming, and you've got Newly's wife, I can't remember the name. Who else is coming
We've
from
got
the show?
Bruce Boxleitner is coming,
Yes.
so people are really excited to see him. He was one of the last guest stars on the show. And then we've got Jess Walton coming, Lane Bradbury. Buck has a funny story about her with Lady Bird Johnson. So if you're watching, make sure to ask him that question because it's a funny story. But she played what Buck refers to as a pretty little hillbilly girl that chased after Newly for several episodes. And but she will be joining us as well. And then we've got a writer, Jim Burns, that wrote several episodes of Gunsmoke, will be with us as well.
Oh, okay. That would now. Is he going to be in the Q&A?
Yes, he will.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. Then to have him there.
Yes.
Because you can ask him, so okay, how did you come up with this, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yep, definitely a different insight. So
okay, and also, okay, now tell me about Taste of the Wild West. I'm guessing, is there going to be barbecue involved?
There will be barbecue.
All right.
There will be barbecue.
That's the important 3 letters right there.
Isn't it? But we've got several vendors coming in. So there will be retail if you want to pick up a little bit of shopping. I don't know if you're interested in that, but I would.
Not so much.
But we'll have some barbecue, and we've got a few other food vendors that will be set up. So about 40 vendors that will be set up so people can just walk through, and that's a free event. So people will be able to come through and sample some of the best that the West has to offer.
Barbecue. You can't go wrong with barbecue, though.
You really can't.
You throw a rodeo and a barbecue together, and then you're throwing in a beer thing, too. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's that all about?
Yes, so we're having a beer fest, and there's 3 different sessions, so you have to go online and get tickets for it. But if you buy a ticket, you'll be able to come in and sample some of the craft beers from, we say, Kansas and the Wild West and beyond. So there will be different craft beers from all over the country, actually, and it'll be a nice little tasting. So.
Okay, and that's also going to be at the Roundup.
All at Roundup. You don't even have to go anywhere else. You just stop by Roundup.
You just go down there to the Roundup area and go, hello, I'm here.
One of the other things that I'm really excited about is we're doing Gunsmoke Under the Stars. And that kicks off Friday night, and we're doing it at the South Drive-In Theater in Dodge City. So we picked out some of these episodes that these celebrities have been in that we're bringing in. And they're going to do a special introduction. You know, they'll tell you about the episode before it airs, and then you'll be able to watch it.
And then you're going to just be able to sit there and watch it.
Mm-hmm. On the big screen.
How many of those are they going to show?
We'll have about 4 to 5.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, that'll be kind of neat.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be a neat experience.
Because some of them will be in black and white, won't they? Mm-hmm. Ooh, so you have black and white and color. Wow.
A neat experience.
Well, this is all really neat. Okay, so let's talk about, if you just want to go hang out down there, it doesn't cost you anything.
Down at Roundup, so Taste of the Wild West is free. The rodeo tickets, those go on sale for $15. And then the Beer Fest tickets do have a price associated with them too. But all of that is listed online, DodgeCityWildWestFest.com, so you can go online and get your tickets early, because I have a feeling they're going to start going very fast.
DodgeCityWildWestFest.com, there it is, right on the screen. Starts on Friday, September 25th, and runs through Sunday, September 27th. You've got the 60th anniversary of Gunsmoke. You got a lot of stars coming in for that. You've got the beer tasting. You've got the barbecue. You've got the rodeo. You guys have it all that weekend.
We do.
There's no place better to be than in Dodge City.
Thanks for saying it.
Is that how I should have said that?
Yes. No, that's perfect.
All
That's
right.
what I keep saying.
Okay, Jesse, I appreciate you coming down
thank
today.
You. Thanks
We'll have
for
to have
having
you
me.
back more often.
Oh, please do. I would love to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you bring me cool bobbleheads every time?
I bring gifts every time.
Okay, all right. You're odd. Thanks, Jesse. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm People are people around here. That's how it is. It's so clear. Letting it show. I've been around the world, only to find what I already know. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah. This is the place.
Hi, I'm Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs at noon weekdays right here on TV 23. Hey, do you think you have an idea for something that would make a great segment? Somebody that would make a great interview? What about a community event that needs highlighting? Let us know here at the station. Email us news at kdgltv.com.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters. Always here for you. Wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
Oh, hi, I'm back. I'm sitting here talking to the people from the casino and resort, and I'm on. Hey, let's look at some sports. Yankees rookie pitcher Brian Mitchell sustained a nasal fracture when he was hit in the head by a line drive last night, forcing him off the field with a towel over his bloody face. Now, the injury occurred in the second inning, and Mitchell was taken to a hospital in the sixth. Now, the Yankees said he had been released from the hospital and would be monitored for the possibility of concussion symptoms. Mitchell was struck by a line drive off the bat of Eduardo Nunez of the Minnesota Twins, and that was at Yankee Stadium. And former NFL players, I'm lost, who object to terms of the potential $1 billion concussion settlement have filed appeals that are likely to delay payouts to thousands of retirees until next year. Now, about a dozen appeals on behalf of as many as 90 former players were expected to be filed by Monday's deadline. The Third U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Philadelphia could hear arguments on the issue this fall. And New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning has reached the top of the football mountain twice in his career, meaning Super Bowls. Now he wants to reach the top of the financial rankings in the NFL as well. The two-time Super Bowl winner is set to be an unrestricted free agent this season and after this season, and that quarterback has his eyes on serious money. Now, if you compare, Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers is the highest paid quarterback right now. Last season, he made a salary of $22 million. Just a little walking around money if you're a football player. Hey, let's take a quick look at what's going on in the weather. Temperature 71 degrees, relative humidity starting to drop. It's 83%. Winds are still out of the north at 9. Barometric pressure is still holding steady. Looking at the 7-day, we do have that chance of rain today and into tomorrow morning. Then the clouds will be out of here. Sunshine for Thursday, Friday. A little slight chance in the afternoon on Saturday. Sunshine back on Sunday and Monday. It's going to be nice and cool tomorrow.
The latest information from TV23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.